Good evening, everybody. We got John Kennedy Jr. and Chris here.
Hello, I'm Chris Udy with RPN News, and I've flown out to Laughlin, beautiful Laughlin, to interview JFK Jr. And it's good to be here with Ian Robin, and I've had a good time getting to know them a little better, and we're at the Riverwalk outside the hotel area, and it's a beautiful night, and thought I'd do what I came to set out to do and give you a little interview, if that's okay, John.
That's awesome.
I've enjoyed our visits. It's amazing until you're in person how much you look like your dad. It's just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really is. It's quite an honor to be with you, and it took me a while to be convinced, that you're the real JFK Jr. And after reading your book and seeing more of your life and your sincerity, there's no doubt in my mind. So, I'm just curious, what's your earliest, as we have a few bugs around our face, but what's your earliest memories as a child of your mom and dad?
I would have to say 2-3 years old. The first learning experiences I had. The swimming pool, learning how to swim at a very young age. Like I've said in a few other interviews, my father playing golf and being on the golf course with the greenest grass I've ever experienced. The first time I've ever experienced green grass.
Yeah.
And things like that. I remember pulling on my mother's pearls when I was a kid. I don't have a lot, but I got enough in the videos and photographs I see, because there's literally thousands of them out there. They bring back and jar my memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I had more.
I bet you do. Do you remember the days in the White House at all?
I do.
Do you?
I remember the bowling alley, for one.
Do you really? You remember the bowling?
And I
That's
actually
interesting.
saw a picture of me, and I was holding the ball in my left hand. I was actually left-handed as a child, and people slapped my left hand, and they didn't want me using my left hand for some reason. I still don't know why, but and even as a young childhood actor, you can see, me washing the car with my left hand, and even in the videos, I'm grabbing things with my left hand. I'm kind of proud to be left-handed.
Yeah.
And that was another thing that was stolen from me.
Was your dad left-handed?
I honestly don't know. I really don't.
That's interesting that they didn't want you to be left-handed. So you remember the bowling alley, and do you remember him winning the election?
No. I don't remember much. I do remember playing under the desk. Me and my father had a game, me playing under the desk, and a few other little memories. I saw a picture of me playing with my little red and white boat just the other day, and it's like, I think I remember that boat also. But yeah, I do remember my toy plane and wanting to leave my toy plane on my father's grave. That's one thing that stuck in my mind, because I wasn't, one minute they're telling me to leave a toy for my father, and the next minute they're saying I can't.
Interesting.
I just really wish I had more memories of my father. I get comments all the time, "Oh, your father's still alive." And that's a spin people put. My father's very much dead. I never saw my father again. The fact is, my father was, and he was murdered by people within our government.
Yeah.
And the fact that people within our government are saying he's still alive takes away from the fact that he was murdered, and murder's forever. And I want justice. I'm willing to give up my life to get justice for that. And
I can feel it.
The spin is being thrown out there that, oh, he's still alive. Well, murder's murder, and I want justice, and I'm doing whatever I can to get that justice.
It's just so sad what happened to you. and your whole family. It's just such a tragedy. I just feel so bad for everything.
Well, I appreciate it, but
you've been through so much.
I can't dwell on it. And
You know,
it has all made me who I am today, and I think it's made me a better person.
you're a good
I
man.
have been kicked and kicked and kicked my whole life, and I have seen these evil people and what they can do and what they're capable of my whole entire life, and it's made me a better person. You know, every attempt on my life made me a better person, and realized that we need change.
Yeah.
Allowing these people to control us,
Yeah.
and we need a major change.
What would you feel to be justice before you died? If you, what would be your dream to see happen?
Justice to me is just that the American people wake up to their lies and hear my story, what's really going on. That's my justice. Just to get the word out, because I'm being hindered, I'm being blocked to this very day. Videos being taken down, me being called a liar, and every other thing over and over and over again. Justice for me is just getting the truth out and proving it. We've spent thousands of dollars to prove it. We're going to prove it, and hopefully someday we can prove it in a court of law.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Yeah, I think it's hard for people generally. They don't think that our government is corrupt in any way, and if you don't think that, then you're going to have a hard time believing the story. Your story and what happened, don't you think?
Oh yeah, but I can assure all Americans that our government is a big crime ring. It's huge. Criminals are running this country. They're putting us in debt. Go to the grocery store and fill your card up and see how much it costs you. And that's because of the corruption. We see it on the news every day. They're playing good against bad, but it's the same crime rate, and none of it's to help us. If the right people were in power, we could help so many people in this country. We really could.
Yeah. Do you know when the mafia and mob infiltrated the government, or the elites, or whatever we call it, came in and this corruption came about? Or
Ever since I was a child, I was always being told what to do. I remember my father, even as a child, being told what to do. Whether it was Eisenhower or others, the Secret Service. I mean, the Secret Service will tell the President of the United States where he can go, where he can't, what color car he drives, what color of his bicycle he has to ride. So who actually is running the country? Our Secret Service. People within our agencies are telling the President what to do. So, who really runs the country? Organized crime, because they are organized crime. They got their hands in everything.
yeah.
They really do.
So, do you remember your father's death, the day that happened? Do you have memories of that being told?
I don't. I remember the day of the funeral. I remember being told what to do for the salute. I was prepared for that salute for hours to get it right. I was sitting on the end of a bed, and I was made to practice the salute
That famous
over
picture.
and over and over
Yeah.
again. And I was even told of the signal, when it's time you do that salute, we will let you know when to do it. It was a big photo op. And with that said, that it was a big photo op, I plan on returning to my father's grave to do the biggest photo op this world has ever seen. Arlington, Virginia, to place my book on my father's grave. I'm not denying it. I want the biggest photo op to wake up Americans and this country to the truth. They won't expose the truth because it involves so many criminals and criminal organizations in exposing that truth. They won't help me because it's putting it right back on them. Why would they want to help me when it exposes them for the criminals they are?
Right. Your book is really good. People that haven't ordered it can order it on Amazon, correct?
Yeah. Stolen Identity.
Stolen Identity.
Unveiling the Real John Kennedy Jr. by John Kennedy Jr. It is on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
And then you're getting money to take a trip to Dallas and then Virginia to lay the book on his grave, your dad's grave, correct?
Yeah, I want to I want to go to Dallas for a photo op in Dallas also. But I want to go to the JFK Library. There is so much lies. This is history, and history, the people are being lied to about the history of our government and this country. So I want to make sure we stop at the JFK Library where I can donate one of my books for a photo op there and set them all straight.
I would love to do a news report when you do that. That would be fantastic.
I hope you're there, Chris.
You know, they've oppressed you your whole life, and made it tough for you. You do have a Cash App. You're kind of raising a little bit of money to go down. What is your Cash App for the folks if they're able to donate?
Even if they could donate $1, it would help with gas to do this. It's Cash App sign Poor Boy John Jr. just Jr. Anything would be helpful.
Poor Boy Jr.
Yeah, Poor Boy John Jr.
John Jr.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so many people have helped. We're all ready to go. I don't want to set a date yet. We have gas money in the bank and money for a flat, in case we get a flat tire or something to make this happen.
Okay.
But yeah, anything would be appreciated. Ever since I was a little kid, I hated, seeing that church light go around in church and every other thing.
Yeah.
But it's just life. I've learned that it's the way of life. You have to have money to do things. And Rockin' Robin and myself, mostly Rockin' Robin, has spent about $30,000 to prepare this. And it's for all Americans. It's for justice for America.
Right.
It's not just for me. So anything they could spare would be helpful. It really would.
Awesome. So those who haven't read the book, at what age were you when the government came in? Were you 8, 9, or 10? It seemed when the government came in and changed your identity.
I was around the age of 10.
So around 10 years old.
It might have even been after that. My stepbrother was killed in front of me. That was 1973. I was 13 years old. So I could have even been 13, but when I totally lost my identity, I was 15 years old. When they killed my sister, when they killed my mother, Jackie Kennedy, when they replaced my sister and my mother both, they had already been replacing people in our government, my mom's family and everybody. I was 15. I was 15 years old when I realized I had no family left. All the Kennedy family and my mother's side of the family had been murdered.
Just amazing. And then they took you into and did MK Ultra. Can I ask you a little about MK Ultra?
You can. I don't know if I'll answer it, but you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think people would be interested. You didn't get into it a lot in your book. I'd like to get into it a little more here, as much as you feel comfortable. So tell us about that. You're 14 or 15 years old. What's the reason they do MK Ultra?
Well, I don't have all the answers, but MK Ultra is a type of hypnosis.
Were they trying to erase your memory, though?
They were trying, and they do it, but me being the son of a president, they can take you on a crime scene. They can have you do crimes. They can have you commit crimes. They can convince you to commit crimes. And MK Ultra is basically a way to do things for their gain, their benefit. But it erases your memory. So you could do a crime, and the next day you will not remember doing that crime. It's like hypnosis.
Wow.
If you hypnotize someone, and you tell them they're Donald Duck,